Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and, let's be honest, debated topics in the Marvel Universe. The complex relationship between Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, and Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, the Red Hulk. This isn't just a story of heroes and villains, it's a tale of power, personality, and the surprising connections that can form under the most extreme circumstances. Now, we all know Jen. She's brilliant, witty, and incredibly powerful. As She-Hulk, she retains her intelligence and personality, making her one of the most unique and relatable gamma mutates out there. She's a lawyer, an Avenger, and someone who fully embraces her Hulk form. She sees it as an enhancement, a way to be more confident and assertive. Jen's journey is one of self-acceptance and finding strength not just in her muscles, but in her mind and heart. On the other side of the ring, we have Thunderbolt Ross. A decorated general, his life was defined by his relentless pursuit of the Hulk. He was driven, obsessive, and saw gamma energy as a weapon to be controlled or destroyed. His transformation into the Red Hulk was a desperate act, a deal with the devil to gain the very power he spent his life fighting against. But unlike Jen, Ross's transformation amplified his rage and aggression. For a long time, the Red Hulk was a force of pure, hot-headed destruction, a walking embodiment of Ross's pent-up fury and ambition. So, how do these two polar opposites even end up in the same room, let alone have a relationship? Well, their paths crossed numerous times, often as adversaries. Jen, as part of the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, frequently found herself cleaning up the messes left by Red Hulk's rampages. Their early interactions were pure conflict. Jen saw Ross as everything wrong with the military's obsession with power, a dangerous and unstable brute. Ross, in turn, likely saw Jen as just another unpredictable gamma monster, perhaps even a perversion of the power he sought to control. But here's where it gets interesting. The Marvel Universe is all about evolution. Characters change, they grow, and sometimes they even find common ground. After a series of universe-altering events and personal revelations, Ross began a long, difficult path toward a semblance of redemption. He was forced to confront the consequences of his actions, and even joined teams like the Avengers. This is where the dynamic with She-Hulk starts to shift. Imagine them as teammates. The tension would be off the charts. Jen, with her sharp wit and legal mind, would probably be the first to call Ross out on his BS. She wouldn't be intimidated by his bluster or his power. In fact, she'd likely find it amusing. We can almost hear the banter now. Jen making a clever quip about his anger management issues, and Ross just growling in response, not having a good comeback. But beneath the surface of this friction, a grudging respect could form. In the heat of battle, they are two of the heaviest hitters on the planet. They'd have to rely on each other. Jen would see that, despite his past, Ross could be a formidable ally. He'd be forced to acknowledge her strategic mind and her unwavering commitment to protecting the innocent. They both understand what it's like to wield immense power, the responsibility that comes with it, and the public perception that follows. This shared experience is a powerful bond. Jen has always navigated her dual identity with grace, but she knows the struggle. Ross, on the other hand, fought his transformation for years. Perhaps he could learn from her. Perhaps Jen's ability to find joy and confidence in her Hulk form could show Ross that being a Hulk doesn't have to be a curse. She could be the one person who doesn't see him as just a monster or a weapon, but as someone who made terrible choices and is trying, in his own gruff way, to be better. Let's explore that a bit. Picture a quiet moment after a devastating battle. The city is in ruins, the team is exhausted. Jen, ever the professional, is coordinating with emergency services. Ross is standing apart, simmering, a silent volcano. Jen might walk over, not with accusations, but with a simple question. "You okay, Ross?" It would probably catch him completely off guard. He's used to being feared or commanded, not cared for. This is where the real connection could spark. Through these small moments, these cracks in his hardened exterior, Jen might see the man underneath the monster, and Ross might see in Jen something he lost long ago: hope. He might see that it's possible to control the rage, to use this power for good without losing yourself completely. Her humor could be a disarming force, chipping away at the walls he's built around himself for decades. Think about their powers. She-Hulk's strength traditionally increases with her own physical training and conditioning in her human form, while Red Hulk can absorb energy, getting hotter and more powerful the angrier he gets, but with a risk of overheating. It's a fascinating contrast. Jen represents controlled, sustainable power, while Ross represents volatile, explosive power. In a fight, they could complement each other perfectly. Jen could be the strategist, the steady force, while Ross is the wild card, the overwhelming power they unleash when things get desperate. Their relationship, whether as friends, rivals, or something more, would always be a dance on the edge of a knife. It would be a constant push and pull between his past and her optimism, his rage and her wit. It's the ultimate opposites attract scenario, cranked up to a gamma-powered level. It's a story about two people who represent different sides of the same powerful coin, finding an unlikely, complicated, and utterly compelling connection in a world that often only sees them as monsters. It's about seeing the humanity within the Hulk. What do you guys think? Could a real, lasting bond ever form between She-Hulk and Red Hulk? Is redemption truly possible for someone like Thunderbolt Ross? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the Marvel Universe. See you in the next one.